Last time you heard from us, we're just coming off an awful loss to NC A&T, and there was little hope from both of us. And I will say, Scotty Montgomery and his team have definitely come out and proved us wrong the past few weeks.
Yeah, I need a minute here to just explain ourselves because I was a little too hard. We had no idea they were gonna turn the season around. It's hard to say call it much of a turnaround. Would you say we'll call it a turnaround? I mean,
it might be early to say that. It might be early to say that, but we're on our way, I think.
Oh, we are on our way because the way after we lost that game, we just thought it was going to be another awful season, another start to another miserable ECU football season. And when is Scotty going to get fired? We had all this talk, but now ECU looks like pretty private.
No, I think we're past talking about the firing of Scotty for now, and I think we're more focused on what can this team do this year. I think obviously we have a little bit more hope for future years, but right now this team looks like a team that can compete in some games in the American Conference.
Yesterday they played Saturday. I feel like every football game was yesterday, but they played a very competitive football game. And even when things got tight and it looks like they're going to lose in ECU fashion, they found a way to come up on top. And I got to say, every ECU game so far has been very exciting.
And this all starts with the improved defense under defensive coordinator David Blackwell. This man has come in and changed the entire defense, just top to bottom. This defense is competitive, and this is a team that you don't want to face. You used to look at ECU's defense and say, oh, I'm good for 3 70-yard touchdowns today, or either passing, running, It doesn't matter. You were getting a big play.
You're good for at least 45 points, at least 500 yards for a quarterback, another 200 for a running back, a couple hundred yards per receiver. But now it's like you can't do a lot of things against the ECU defensive line, especially.
The D-line is real, and that starts with Nate Harvey.
Reed Herron, though, he had some ups. Like, I thought he was doing good, and then he had his downs that really scared me down the stretch in the fourth quarter. Because if you want to,
2 very big interceptions, and then 1 should be game-ending interception.
One that he literally got let off the hook. He was literally in trouble. Like, he couldn't have been any more trouble in that situation, and he got let off like a clean
Last drive of the game, and I don't know what was going through his mind when he threw that ball. I don't know whether he was. To me, it looked like he was trying to throw the ball away and just aired it.
That's what it was. I feel he was trying to throw it away. He was under a lot of pressure, but instead of just throwing it to just literally slinging as far as he could, because he was running to his right, just tossing it, and I see the ball just float. And then he's just wide open to catch it. I'm just I was about to lose my mind there for a minute because I was like, this is over.
That's just what we've seen out of the quarterback position the last few years. When you're a pass-heavy offense, you're going to see that. You're going to see interceptions, mistakes, what have it. But he seems to be making more mistakes than I like to see. As someone viewing the ECU program as a whole, I want to see Holton Ahlers redshirted, and that's just because I want to see him 4 years, or at least 2 years, as the guy. We have Reed Herring here. He's only a sophomore. He's going to be here the next couple seasons, and I don't want to use Holton's eligibility personally this year, as I don't think we've had these 2 wins, but I don't know how that, in the whole scheme of things, how that's going to go this season.
That'll be very interesting.
It will.
Throughout the season when they're playing, because I think now ECU has shown that they can be in these tight games. Because honestly, when you have a defense like that, because your offense is not going to score 40, 50 points every night. They're not even get up to 40 or 30. But your defense most of the time is going to do their job, especially this defensive line, of keeping points off the board and making it tough for the opposing offense. And that will always keep you in games. So when you're a close game like that, and like ODU was, it'd be very interesting to see if Ahlers will be used throughout the season, just by that in those situations alone, to see if Montgomery will suddenly be like, oh, we want to put Ahlers in.
There's very little doubt in my mind that Ahlers is going to play, not only this season but next week. I definitely feel like he brings the dimension that Scotty needs for his offense this year, and with him on the hot seat, that's just how it's going to be this year.
Well, it'll be interesting to see how they fare up against Temple, because they're going up against a team they haven't beaten in about 4 years now. They've always given them trouble right now, and they're 2-3 on the season. They lost the last game against Boston College. That'll be a good test for this ECU defense, see how they can handle going up against somebody who had a great running game the last week and how they fare against this team.
It's definitely a tougher opponent than Old Dominion, in my opinion. Anytime you go up against a conference opponent, it's going to be a tougher matchup. You want to win that game just that much more. Temple came and really worked ECU last season, 34-10, and those are two completely different teams. This is a whole new East Carolina team and a whole new Temple team, and frankly, I don't think this Temple team is as good as we've seen in the last few years. And I feel like, obviously, East Carolina's defense has improved so much over the last year that I just feel like this is a whole different game. So based on everything we were just talking about, what do you see playing out in this game? What are your predictions for this game? My predictions?
Okay, so my prediction to this game, I want to say is 42-21 ECU. I was up on top.
You think they're going to double them up?
Yes, I do. I think they're going to double them up because I think Reed Herron needs to show everybody that he's their quarterback, that he's their guy, he's ECU's guy. I think against Temple's defense, it will be a good team to go to prove that against, to get their first conference win, to get their first road win, and to really put this team above 500, which would be
we haven't seen that in a long
at this point in the season.
Since the beginning of Scotty Montgomery's tenure, we haven't seen that since they were 2-0 against after they just defeated NC State. And then they were 2-3.
So then after that, after 5 games, we'll be above 500, 3-2, which would be a good step in the right direction.
It sure would. I agree. I personally think ECU is going to win this game. I don't think it's going to be as easy as you think it's going to go. I feel like we're going to have to score a lot of points definitely to win, as we've seen in our 2 victories this year. We had to put up a good amount of points in order to do it. And I agree with your mark there, 42 points for ECU. I think Temple, I'm going to say it's going to be a 1-score game, and I think it's going to come down to the end. I think it's going to be 42-38 ECU, and I think we're going to continue this little run we have of winning these close games. Unlike Week 1, I think Scotty has figured that out, how he wants to run the game, and I got us winning.
If we lose, it's going to be a close game, but it's going to be because of a decision Montgomery made or a mistake Reed Herron made. That's what I think is going to happen. If it doesn't happen, then I'm just wrong. But I think if we lose the game, it's going to be that, which means I'll be 5-0 if that happens too.
There you go. A little humble brag there. Okay. We get it. You're very good at choosing games.
I'm just saying, if I was in Vegas, that would be pretty sin heavily right now. I would be in squad.
Well, too bad you didn't do that. So now you're just spouting out on a podcast.
Yeah, for now.
And bragging to no one. Congrats.
We'll be back next week with our reactions of this game and heading into next week. So, we'll be there.
See you then.
It's like, what are you looking at for a second? I'm like, okay, all right, thank you.